Given the choice between playing the latest games on a 65-inch top-of-the-line OLED with all the latest HDMI 2.1 features, or a 130-inch HDR projector, HDR quote unquote, with HDMI 2.0 and a peak brightness of 100 nits.
1,000, hopefully they mean? Do they mean 1,000 nits, I hope?
Probably they got to mean 1,000 nits because 100. For a projector, though, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Who knows? Okay.
Which experience would you prefer? Does size trump all?
Oh, that's a question.
I actually would argue the opposite to a degree. I think finding the right screen size is really important based on your environment, and a small screen can still be rather immersive. You know, being into the world of CRTs, they're not huge, but when you're actually parked in front of a good CRT, you still feel a level of immersion. I find the problem with really large screens, once you go over a certain size, I mean, if you're far enough distance, it's fine, but, you know, it just starts to reveal all the flaws in the games, right? Like, you want to play a Switch game on a 130-inch HDR projector? No, it's going to look terrible. But then again, 130 for a projector, that reminds me of at E3 that one year I saw somebody wheeled out one of those 150-inch Panasonic plasmas. I think it was 150-inch.
Massive.
But seeing an actual flat panel screen at that size, it was supported by like 2 columns, and it heated up the room so much. It was insane. Like, you stand next to it, it feels like you're next to like a generator. It's crazy. Just the amount of heat that comes off of it. But size definitely doesn't trump all for me. But I don't know about you guys.
It's very much dependent on how far you are away from the screen, right? I mean, Alex, you and I have both got 48-inch OLEDs, which we use as PC monitors.
Yeah, they're close.
And you can't really... I mean, you did go higher. You had a 55-inch screen.
Yeah, and that was too much. One thing I noticed, though, is that screen distance, we don't talk about it too often, but screen distance also, in my humble opinion, requires a higher refresh rate, because the gap between frames, when it's physically larger in front of you, like each gap is larger physically, it becomes more obvious. I always thought 60 hertz when I was really close to a screen did not feel as comfortable as 120 hertz close to the screen, and vice versa. It's also why 60 FPS content on your phone can sometimes look better in terms of fluidity, because you don't see the gappiness as much.
It's also why I think console games at 30 FPS tend to be a bit more acceptable than playing a PC game
when you're right up close,
or if you're playing a console game on a monitor. When you sit too close to a screen, 30 FPS becomes very difficult to stomach.
Yeah. So I don't care about big projections and stuff like that. So I would probably go for the one that has the highest refresh rate. So that would be the HDMI 2.1 one here.